At Muyong High School, one of South Korea's most prestigious school, everything looked perfect. The building was grand, the facilities spotless, and banners proudly boasted of the school's success in stopping bullying. It looked less like a school and more like a luxury mall, selling the idea of a happy education filled with empathy and love. But behind that polished image was a disturbing truth. Han Sukung, a rich and arrogant student, ruled the school like a crime boss. Alongside his gang, he picked out the weak, beating them without shame and without fear. Their violence wasn't hidden. It was loud, public, and cruel. The sound of blows, cries, and screams echoed through the school speakers like background noise. Teachers heard, students heard, no one moved, no one spoke. They were all afraid because Sukyong's family pulled the strings behind the scenes. One of his favorite targets was Go Jin Hyung. He was attacked so often, so violently that he sometimes passed out from the pain. Every beating was filmed by Minji, a gang member who treated it like entertainment. Then a new face entered the school. So Seemin, a 30-year-old intern teacher, joined Muyong-hae on a short-term assignment. She was confident, kind, and impossible not to notice. Quickly, she became the center of attention, especially among the male staff, including the principal. Their stars lingered, their interest was obvious, and Sean, no matter how polite she remained, felt the weight of their gaze every time she stepped into a room. Even though she felt uneasy, Min kept pushing forward. She needed this internship to become a full-time teacher. But everything changed one afternoon in the restroom. She overheard two teachers, Lee Jae-kyung and Hyun, talking about the last intern who sat at her desk. The tone was casual, almost careless. Curious, Seemin searched the name online. What she found shocked her. The former intern, Yoo Ji-young, had done the unthinkable after being bullied by Sukong and his gang. It wasn't just the tragedy. It was how the staff treated it like a forgotten memory, brushed aside as if it never mattered. Right after that, Jae-kyung pulled Seemin into a private room. There, she showed her the truth. A video played of Sukong and his gang mocking and assaulting an elderly woman selling kimbap just because she sneezed near them. Her grandson, Jin Hyung, had stepped in to protect her. That moment sealed his fate. From then on, Sukong made him the next target. Seemin was horrified, but Ja Kyokung warned her, "Stay out of it." Sukong had already been expelled from another school for nearly killing a student. Muyong-hae was supposed to be his second chance. Instead, it had become his playground. Fortunately, Seemin caught a break. She was assigned to teach ethics. Alright, buckle up buttercups. Seemin was playing it cool, no Sukong interactions allowed. Zip, zilch, nada, but bang. Jae-kyung throws down a warning, shush. No drama, no opinions, see nothing. But here's the kicker, Seemin's not your average chalk duster. By night, she's a boxing coach, right? Her buddy, Officer Lee Kuan-yong, swings by for a brawl. Turns out, Seemin was a martial arts prodigy, judo, taekwondo, boxing, the whole shebang. Gold medal material until life happened. Daddy O got into a financial pickle. So, our girls sacrificed it all to save their gym. Fast forward 10 years, and it's still standing because Seemin's a force of nature. And then, plot twist. While tidying up, she uncovers a box of seriously creepy animal masks. Naturally, she asks Kuan-yong. He said they were probably her father's item. He used to play with neighborhood kids and collected masks they gave him. Later that night, Seemin saw something familiar. A moment from the video now playing out in real life. The same elderly woman who sold kimbap was being pushed away from a convenience store. Without hesitation, Seemin stepped in, quietly buying every last piece of kimbap the woman had. The next morning, Seemin returned to school wearing a smile. She played the part of the cheerful intern, greeting everyone, ignoring a group of boys smoking nearby and staying out of trouble. Her goal was clear, earn a solid recommendation and secure a permanent position. But trouble was brewing just out of sight. Sukong and his gang had cut the school's security cameras. With no one watching, they launched another brutal attack on Jin Hyung. She saw it happen. Jin Hyung's head was wrapped in plastic, his body under assault. Her instincts screamed to stop it, but Yoon's warning held her back. Still, the violence only got worse, and Sean's silence started to crack. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is where it gets wild. Astonished face, so, our heroine's about to jump in, right? But bang, collision. This kid, Lee Byung-jine, yanks her back and drops a truth bomb of epic proportions. Bomb Sukong, untouchable. Daddy's the big cheese prosecutor, mom's a legal ninja, and uncle's practically the fuzz. Woman police officer, the system? Forget about it. Our girl is frozen like Elsa on a bad day. Cold face legal route, dead end, prohibited. But wait for it. Exploding head she pivots. She's all, la-di-da, just taking a stroll. Woman walking as Sukong's about to unleash a flying foot of fury, wham. Leg she nails him in the thigh, down he goes. Woman cartwheeling, then she's playing the "oh, I'm so clumsy" card, apologizes, and tells the other kid to skedaddle. Man running, she keeps up the charade, acting all guilty for ruining their fun, and then boom. Running dash vanishes into the quiet. Shushing face. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get wild. Collision in a school hallway of mayhem. Get this. Someone finally said, enough. Woman gesturing no. Sukong, the resident rage monster, is seeing his reign of terror totally disrupted. Jin Hyung has escaped, and guess who's got Sukong sweating? The new teacher, face with raised eyebrow. But wait, there's more. Fearful face Sukong's digging reveals a dark secret about the last intern, the one who did the unspeakable thanks to Sukong's bullying. Face with symbols on mouth cue the rage. He explodes, warning everyone to never breathe that name again. Shushing face. Meanwhile, Byung Jine, our fried chicken slinging, soon-to-be hero, is secretly boxing. Boxing glove he's headed with standing by. He wants to fight back. Biceps, and who should be there but Young T, the coach, ready to answer the call. The game is afoot. Smile with horns. Alright, buckle up because this is getting intense. We're catching up with Suangwek, Byung Jin's dad, and a retired boxer talk about a power duo. A tender moment leads to Young T spilling some serious tea. A promising female fighter career caught by her dad's blunder. He's learned the hard way fighting injustice takes more than just muscle. It's about grit. Fast forward, and Sean's dropping truth bombs on Jin Hong in private. The system failed Jin Hyung, teachers shrugged, cops were powerless, leaving her utterly alone. But get this, she's not backing down. She wants Sukong to pay. Desperate, she turns to Seaman for a lifeline. Hesitated. She was just an intern. Sukong's powerful family kept teachers quiet with gifts and favors. Speaking up meant going against the school's biggest sponsor. What neither of them knew was that one of Sukong's gang members had secretly recorded their entire conversation. That night, Seaman sat alone at home, haunted by the weight of it all. Her mind drifted back to a painful memory, the day she lost in the women's boxing finals. Her father, Young Taek, had exploded in anger. He told her she should have won, then said something that had never left her, that his daughter had died in the ring that day, that she was no longer his daughter. He had always preached justice, and those words still burned in her chest. Back at school, during a short break, Seaman finally took a stand. She went up to the rooftop and calmly confronted Sukong and his gang. She asked them to stop hurting other students. But Sukong... Hold on to your hats, folks. Things are about to get wild. Our villain, Sukong, totally lost it. He went full on menacing, threatening our girl, mess with him, and she's toast. But bam, a bombshell drops. The education committee spills the tea, revealing a Muyong High student is a menace to society. The school's in shock, Principal Ko is seeing red, and someone's about to pay for this leak. Then, enters Sukong's stepmom, Yunyo, a force of nature. She arrives like a hurricane, silencing everyone with a single glare. But wait, our hero, Seaman, steps into the line of fire, taking the fall. She admits to ratting out the abuse. Yunyo doesn't hesitate, whack. Seaman takes the blow, cool as a cucumber, knowing she's not yet strong enough to win this war. But get this, the drama continues in the principal's office. Seaman's about to get expelled, and Sukong snaps. Furniture's flying, and he's putting his foot down. Alright, buckle up buttercups, because this is where things get wild. Kuho, that spineless wonder, knew firing Seaman was a bad idea, a huge mistake. Where else would he get the chance to finally make her pay? But, terrified of Sukong and his posse, he caved. Meanwhile, Seaman's reaching the end of her rope. The bullies, still at it. The situation, unchanged. Officer Kwan Jung's got bad news. Without proof, Seaman's screwed, and Jin Hyung could be arrested for lying. Then, bam, convenience store confrontation. Sukong and his goons corner Seaman, flashing that photo of her and Jin Hyung like a weapon. The threat is loud and clear, back down, or else. Seaman's furious, ready to explode, but Jake Young's words haunt her. One wrong step and it's all over. Alright, buckle up folks. Our girl Seaman, lost in her own world, bam, collides with a stumbling drunk. She's a good sport, apologizes, but wham, he clocks her. But hold on, this ain't your average damsel. Something snaps in Seaman. Pow! One perfectly aimed kick, and Mr. Stumbles is out cold. This is it. No more shrinking violet. It's payback time for Sukong's reign of terror. Fast forward to that very night, Sukong and his goons are shooting hoops, feeling all high and mighty. Another student makes a tiny mistake, a little bump, and Sukong loses it. He attacks. What a bully, right? But wait for it, lurking in the shadows, wearing a cat mask, is our girl Seem. In a flash, she leaps into action. Hold on to your hats, folks. Sukong got a taste of his own medicine big time. By a stroke of pure luck, our food delivery hero, Bong Jine, witnessed the whole takedown. We oh. Police sirens shattered the night, sending everyone into a frenzy. Sukong bolted, Sane vanished, and Seaman? She woke up feeling like a superhero. Finally, she fought back. The next day, the school was a circus. A masked vigilante? Whoa! The students were buzzing, teachers gossiping, and suddenly, cat mask graffiti was everywhere. Forget fear, the school was inspired. But Sukong? Oh, he was seeing red. He saw those drawings on his desk and kaboom! Table flip, gang exit, the whole 9 yards. Fueled by pure rage, he drove like a maniac, terrifying his crew. But Sukong ain't backing down, he's got a plan, and Jin Hyong is next on his hit list. Alright, buckle up buttercups, because things are about to get wild. Collision after hitting, backquote the gym, backquote Seaman rediscovered that sweet taste of control. Take that, injustice. But hold on a sec, because Butuan Jung wasn't exactly throwing a parade. Nope, he basically told her, girl, there are, like, a million less crazy ways to handle this. Face mask cue a dramatic mask ripping moment. Meanwhile, Sukong's playing pool like his life depends on it, and Jin Hyong's paying the ultimate price, think plastic bags, stairs, and a whole lot of suffering. He escapes to Bang's fried chicken joint, where Sungwak is understandably freaked out. Bang, bless his heart, doesn't even hesitate. He hops on his trusty motorbike and races to save Seaman from destroying the cat mask, just as she's about to finish the job. In time, he told her everything. He had seen the attack, knew she was the one behind the mask, and it was him who had called the police that night at the basketball court. Back at the restaurant, something broke inside Jin Hyong. After everything he had endured, he finally snapped. Grabbing a kitchen knife, he ran. He had only one goal: find Sukong. Meanwhile, Sukong was smugger than ever. MJI had recorded their latest torment. He was already planning to post it online, grinning as he asked his friend to edit the footage. He had no idea what was coming. Not long after, Seaman returned to the billiards hall, this time wearing the cat mask. She faced Sukong head-on, and a brutal fight broke out. But before it could go further, Jin Hyong burst in with a knife. She didn't hesitate. She threw herself between them, not to protect Sukong, but to stop Jin Hyong from making a mistake that would destroy his future. In the chaos, the blade cut across Seaman's arm. Blood poured. Jin Hyong collapsed, overcome with guilt and pain. Seaman was rushed to the hospital, losing blood fast. Her father, Young Taek, arrived in shock. Seeing her unconscious, he was crushed. Then he saw the cat mask among her belongings. His sorrow turned to rage. Without hesitation, he grabbed the mask, tracked down Sukong and his gang, and challenged them to a fight. This time, wearing the mask himself. Later, Sun quietly took it to a tailor to have it stitched back together. She was worried about Jin Hyong, but the moment she stepped into the hallway, she froze. Her father was there sitting alone, bruised and beaten. The sight hit her hard. Anger towards Suk Yeong surged again. As she walked through the hospital, she also bumped into Jae Kyung, who was there caring for her younger sibling. Seaman tried to play it off, not wanting to reveal the real reason she had been admitted. On their way home, Young Tae finally spoke from the heart. He apologized. He remembered the boxing final Seaman had once fought, how she had the upper hand, then suddenly lost. At the time, he had called her a coward. But now, he knew the truth. Seaman had been offered a bribe before the match, money that could erase his debts. She threw the fight to save him. He hadn't seen it then. Now he did. Sitting beside him, Seaman said nothing. Her eyes filled with tears, but she held them back. The next day, Sukong and Wong grew suspicious. They were certain the masked fighter went to their school. Determined to find out who, they started inspecting students one by one, searching for an injury on the left arm. But every lead went cold. No wound, no answers. Furious, Sukong vowed to hurt one student each day until someone came forward. Then it happened. He spotted Seaman narrowly avoid a collision on. Hold on to your hats, folks. It's about to get wild. Our main man Kwon Jung just had an epiphany. Boom! Siemens moves, her vibe, it all screamed fighter. But hold the phone. Siemens just landed her dream job, full-time teacher. Talk about a plot twist. But wait, there's more. Drama alert. She bursts in to tell Kuan Jung, only to stumble upon Sukong, who's having a real dark side moment. He's all up in her face about the stabbing, and when she drops the truth bomb, she wasn't saving him, she was saving Jin Hyung. Sukong snaps. Plastic bag attack, anyone? But then, a boxing tournament flyer. His murderous rage morphs into a twisted challenge. He demands a public showdown. Siemens trapped. Fight or face utter destruction. To make matters worse, Jin Hyung's pulling a disappearing act. School transfer? Say it isn't so. Rushed to his home and was stunned to discover that the elderly Kimop vendor she saw every day was his grandmother. She found Jin Hyung standing on a rooftop right at the edge, ready to give up. He finally revealed the truth. He had taken the bullying to protect his grandmother. Sukong had threatened to kill her if he disobeyed. The nickname Kimbop wasn't just cruel, it was a warning. Siemens stepped in, urging him to hold on, reminding him of his grandmother's love and vowing to bring Sukong to his knees. That promise broke his silence. He collapsed, crying into her arms. Meanwhile, word of the upcoming match between Sen and Sukong spread fast. On the day of the fight, Bum handed out cat masks to students in support of Sen. As the match kicked off, Sukong dominated early with sharp practice. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is where things get wild. So Siemens battling it out, barely keeping up, and bam. Here emergency. It's down, the mask is off, and gasp. The crowd? Frozen. Teachers are screaming, dad's in shock, but who cares? The secret's out. This mysterious fighter? She's a woman. Sukong's relentless, pushing Siemens to the brink. But oh no, she didn't. She retaliates with a knockout punch so epic, it sends Sukong soaring into Jin Hyung's lap. Siemens demands an apology, crickets chirp. But wait, there's more. Siemens and Jin Hyung storm into the police station and press charges. And just when you think it can't get better, Minnie, the ex-gang member, drops the bombshell, video evidence of Sukong's brutality. Arrested. Finally, Sen bows out of mom hair, heads back to her roots, and starts training the next generation. Boom!